Yet again, Rooster Teeth screws up. Now they're trying to dictate how you can make art of RWBY characters. You know, at this point, is anyone surprised that they keep getting worse and worse? Because I just expect it. You know, the news is always something bad with this company. I just expect it. You know, it's not a surprise anymore. It's not a shock because I just expect this company to keep getting worse and worse until they just no longer exist as a company. Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So Rooster Teeth is continuing to show their incompetence because what are they doing now? Oh, having cease and desist and threatening artists when it comes to making art, looting their characters. They now cannot stand it. Buckle up, everyone. This is going to be a long video, and I have a roast prepared for you, Rooster Teeth. So, this was a post from someone on Discord saying, hey guys, bit of a weird one. Recently, a member here who does lewd RWBY MMD videos got hit by cease and desist letter from Rooster Teeth themselves and has been asked to remove all RWBY content from his Patreon and YouTube channel. To boil it down, it states that RWBY adult content is against Rooster Teeth's terms of use. Per the Rooster Teeth terms, you may not post or distribute content that contains any adult content or materials. Oh, so now you're dictating how artists can do their own art when this stuff has existed for 7 years. Take in mind, 7 years, and now it's finally a problem, huh, Rooster Teeth? 7 long years people have been doing this kind of art, and now you have a problem with it. Now you're dictating what an artist can and can't do with your content, when that completely goes against how fair use works, you idiots. You clearly don't know how it works. I love how Ricada got in on this, and Ricada stated, hey Rooster Teeth, you barely have a functioning company. Very true. Why are you attacking your remaining fans over what appears to be clearly fair use? How could a company famous for using Halo characters to create content be this idiotic? Yeah, exactly, Rooster Teeth. You made content that was a parody of Halo, and yet you've made money off of it. Mind you, Halo is owned by Microsoft, not these morons. And they've made money off of it for years. And now they're going after artists because they make artwork that they've been doing for years, and now they finally crack down on it. You've got to be kidding me, Rooster Teeth. This is the biggest hypocritical thing I think I've seen come from this company. You want to talk about a den of snakes and liars? That is Rooster Teeth for you. And they continue to do horrible things. This company is just disgusting. They are revolting. They are garbage. That is a fact. So, this is what this creator stated. First of all, I was not sure if I should post or talk this on here. I thought about it for more than 2 weeks. First, some basics. I make content about RWBY, mainly MMD videos. So this person does safe for work and not safe for work stuff. And the not safe for work stuff is not on YouTube, obviously. And then, of course, they have a link to their channel here. But they state that it all started on June 26th. I received a total of 213 emails from YouTube to tell me that my videos are blocked, and they all came from Rooster Teeth LLC. Now, can you imagine that? If you were a content creator, or those of you out there that are watching this that are content creators, could you imagine waking up one morning and getting 213 emails? 213 that your videos have been blocked, that they're ineligible. Can you imagine that? Because of a scummy company that wants to sit over here and finally crack down on your videos after, you know, everything's under fair use. And they just basically do this to abuse the copyright because they've now come up with this stupid thing saying, oh, well, you can't make art on this. We're going to dictate how you make art. I mean, could you imagine how stressful that would be? I can only imagine how stressful that had to be for this artist, and I feel very, very bad for them. Rooster Teeth is totally in the wrong here, and they're going against copyright entirely. And after art like this being up for 7 long years, 7 years of many people, not just this artist, but of multiple other artists out there, making art that is like this and even spicier than this, by the way. And now they're finally cracking down on it. Now it's not okay out of nowhere. This is absolutely ridiculous. Coming from people who became famous off of Halo, a Halo parody. Just keep that in mind. I just want everybody to keep that in mind. A terrible, scummy company that abuses their animators, that treats their employees that have different political views differently, that treats them wrong if they don't think the same way they do. This is a very disgusting company. So, the creator himself comes out and states this: sorry for the new email, basically I figured out what happened. It's not the real Rooster Teeth that warns me about content IDs. It is the fake Rooster Teeth LLC. Now, I want to make this very clear, okay? The Rooster Teeth LLC is also Rooster Teeth Productions. They're the same. And last year, they went on a spree of going after people that use their animations. Even edited animations. Let me just remind you of that. People thought they were bots, but they actually turned out to be real. Even I thought they were bots. Turns out they were actually real the whole time. This is the email and what it states. Hi there. Thanks for reaching out to us. Rooster Teeth LLC is us, not a fake account. Can you send me a video you're having trouble with? Thanks, Christina, Customer Service Manager. And Christina has been proven to be a customer service manager as well as through the Reddits. So this is not fake. And this person has proved this with this one right here. Now, of course, they go on to state, I don't think it's a good idea to submit a total of 213 video links so I can provide a link to my YouTube channel, which of course he has a link to his channel. I know the content on my channel may cause some bad effects on your company's RWBY series. Perhaps we may hold the rights of your company while maintaining the content of my channel. Like I made a disclaimer in my video. To illustrate, my content does not represent the position of RWBY and RT. Here's the thing. With the stuff you were doing, made it look better, not worse. But apparently Rooster Teeth doesn't know that because they're stupid. Hi, first of all, I am sorry for my behavior, Twitter DM. A few days ago, I asked Rooster Teeth Fan Project about DMCA. I noticed that you included the name of your Twitter in your reply. What I wanted to ask is whether you have received my reply on email. I am worried that I cannot catch up with your work hours because of the time zone. After all, I live on the other side of the earth. If you have received my reply, please let me know as soon as possible. So this DM is from the creator still, and this is what they say in response. I've received the reply and we're looking into it. Thank you for your quick reply. I really hope we can find a solution that is good for both sides. And here's the thing. It's Rooster Teeth. They're never going to make sure that anything is equal. They're going to make sure that anything that goes benefits them. Because that's how corrupt and disgusting of a company they are. We've seen it time and time again. Until July 7th, I received an email from Patreon. Asked me to remove what I have about RWBY on the Patreon webpage. This includes pictures, text, etc. The above description contains the logo part, which puzzles me, because I didn't directly post the RWBY logo on my Patreon. So, they went so far as to go after his Patreon. After the guy's income on what he makes content of. They went that far as to go after his Patreon. So Patreon responded stating, Hi there, we recently received a copyright claim for works you are making available on Patreon. Specifically, the claim comes from Rooster Teeth Productions, LLC, Rooster Teeth, who owns the trademark rights and holds trademark registrations for RWBY being utilized in your post on Patreon. And then, of course, there's a huge amount of links here. We ask that you remove all copyrighted works from your Patreon page. If you were unable to remove these works in a timely manner, Patreon will remove them. If we have trouble determining the extent of the potential infringement on your page, we may suspend your account until all claim materials have been removed. Thank you in advance for understanding and for addressing this claim. Please let me know if you have any questions or concerns. All the best, Bay. The more I look at this, the more I'm just tired of this company. I'll be real with you. I will be real with you. The way that their behavior has been is absolutely disgusting. But here's the worst part. It doesn't end here. It goes even further. Because if you thought this was over with, oh no. Rooster Teeth then proceeds to do this. They send out a notification of copyright infringement. To whom it may concern, I write on behalf of Fullscreen LLC, and it's owned and operated properly Rooster Teeth Productions LLC, Rooster Teeth. Rooster Teeth possesses valuable trademark rights and holds trademark registrations for RWBY. As everybody already obviously knows, since they own RWBY. It has been brought to our attention that a certain user of Patreon has been using the RWBY name and logo on the Patreon website located at patreon.com. Well, you know something. Here's what I'd like to ask then. How many other people are you going to go after then? Because there's many people who have used the logo and art, just use the title RWBY in their art to let people know this is RWBY. It's funny that you go after this fan art because it has existed for years. I wonder why now of all times you finally decide to go after it. Oh, I bet I have the answer. Because, your company is crumbling, it's falling apart, you're losing money, you're hemorrhaging it, in fact. I mean, you haven't even recovered the millions of dollars that you lost on Gemlock because of how terrible that series is. RWBY's been losing viewers as well as money because, 1, you pushed out the original fans, 2, you pushed your political agenda into it, 3, because you have terrible writers that are talentless hacks. So now, of course, you're going after people that are artists, that are making fan art. The very thing that is continuing to even keep RWBY alive, because it's the #1 thing. Guarantee you it's not the show, because your ratings keep dropping and you keep losing money on it. Guarantee you it's not the show. It is the fan art, and it's the fan fiction that's left that's keeping it alive. That's what it is. And, for them to come after this, to say that, oh, well, we have to dictate how they do their art. It's so offensive. You're idiots, Rooster Teeth. You are a bunch of idiots. But if you thought that was bad enough, because you can see here with this letter, and we're going to compare this one to the next one. Oh, yeah, it's not over yet. They say that this was from their legal department. So then, of course, here's this letter. Now, we're going to go over this one completely because this one's where the real meat and potatoes are. RE, cease and desist, use of RWBY characters on WNS MMD YouTube page. To whom it may concern, I am writing on behalf of Rooster Teeth Productions LLC. Rooster Teeth possesses valuable trademark rights, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. It has come to our attention that without Rooster Teeth's permission, you have been using characters from RWBY, the characters, and referencing RWBY and or Rooster Teeth in approximately 200 videos on your YouTube page. This unauthorized use of characters in itself is sufficient to constitute an infringement of Rooster Teeth's copyright rights, but your violation is further exaggerated by the fact that your use of Rooster Teeth's characters is explicit, as the videos feature the characters in approximately spicy situations. As such, your use of Rooster Teeth characters also constitutes a tarnishment and infringement of the RWBY trademark, and by association, the Rooster Teeth brand as well. I think if anybody's tarnishing their own brand as well as RWBY, it'd be you, Rooster Teeth. Let's be real. Let's look at this from a real standpoint. You've done it yourselves. You don't have to have somebody else to do it because you've done it yourself. Let's be real. Now, if we're going to be honest here, Rooster Teeth, what you should have put to show your honesty is that you've been destroying your own company and your own brand. That's who's really been tarnishing it. You don't need somebody else's help. You've been doing it yourselves this whole time. We submitted a YouTube takedown request for these videos, and in your response to our request, you referred to Rooster Teeth's content usage guidelines, which dictate the ways in which fans can use Rooster Teeth intellectual property in their own content. However, you omitted the fact that such content usage guidelines refer to Rooster Teeth's terms of use and state that those terms equally apply to how Rooster Teeth intellectual property can be used. Per the Rooster Teeth terms, you may not post or distribute content that contains any spicy materials. Clearly, your use of Rooster Teeth characters falls into that category, and as such is wrongful use that would not be permissible under the content usage guidelines. So what are you going to do, Rooster Teeth? You're going to go after every single last person that's ever done any kind of content like that? Because you're going to be up against a huge amount of people, Rooster Teeth. Huge amount. I'm just saying right now, which you don't have the money to take on. I'm just saying. Because, people could sue you for going against fair use for this, Rooster Teeth. But it gets better, because look at this. Look at what they state next. We respectfully request that you immediately remove, discontinue, and permanently refrain from any and all use of the characters and any Rooster Teeth intellectual property in any and all of your accounts and social media, dictating that he can't use them in social media even. It's ridiculous. If you fail to comply with the aforementioned demands within 10 days, we will have no choice but to pursue all legal courses of action. So they're going to go so far as to sue him. And then if you look at who wrote this, Joe Clary, head of animation. Oh, so Rooster Teeth, even after that time that, you got rid of Vic, wrongfully, you still haven't gotten a lawyer whenever you were looking for a lawyer last year when you had that post up there? Oh, so I guess you never found one because you have to have your head of animation to write that. Talk about a bunch of whack jobs and clowns. That's exactly what Rooster Teeth is. And then, of course, you can see here, they even went after another YouTuber. And this is what happened, was that he made another channel named ABFMMD after they had already went to terminate that person's videos as well. It's ridiculous. Hey, Rooster Teeth, let's talk about something for a minute. Let's talk about how you made Red versus Blue, right? Oh, that's right. You basically just took a property somebody else already owned, which, by the way, they had the IP, not you. And we can't forget to mention, they created Halo, not you, Rooster Teeth. Let's put that into perspective. And you became popular because of this parody that somebody else created. I just want to throw that out there. Because if you look at it, Halo is a science fiction video game franchise created by Bungie and owned and published by Microsoft Studios. Oh, well, look at that. They made a parody of a series they didn't even create or even own the IP to. Look at the hypocrisy, Rooster Teeth. This is what you've become. You're going to the point of now dictating how people can do art. You've got to be kidding me. This is absolutely absurd. This is one of the worst things I've ever seen. You are a disgusting company. And, you continue to dig yourself a hole that you will never be able to come out of. And this is the way that you make fans leave the show, is by attacking them like this. No wonder why you can't make your money back. No wonder why you keep losing an audience. And no wonder why your former employees are talking shit about you. Well, Rooster Teeth, get woke, go broke. But anyways, let me know what you think about this entire situation down below. Subscribe to the channel if you were new here. Make sure you were still subscribed, because YouTube is unsubscribing people from all their favorite channels. So make sure you were still subscribed to all your favorite channels. Hit the video with a like, and also be sure to share the video on social media. Spread the word and get it out there. It's greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the channel a lot. Also, be sure to follow me on Discord. We have a wonderful community there. Not only that, but it will keep you up to date on when the newest videos will be released, as well as any other upcoming events in the near future. So be sure to follow me on Discord. The link is in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you, and have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.